Kalal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles who taught me this truth. This is your brother Dawad, the real brother beloved, and this is only for the elect.
If you're happy and you know it, say hooray. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, say hooray. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, and your face is show it. If you're happy and you know it, say hooray. Hooray! Alright, I'm gonna try something that I have not tried.
Anybody in this room know how to twerk? It's all in. And then you just move your bum up and down like that. And that's twerking.
Who wants to be a drag queen when they grow up?
Everyone can do drag. Everyone can do drag.
People seem to walk away having a good time.
Start them young, right?
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Shalom, Yasharala. While you were awake, worrying about the spread of the coronavirus, the economy, Biden and Bernie, formerly known as Bert and Ernie, her latest district to undergo voter suppression, the Real Housewives of LA, Nicki Minaj and company, or whatever socio-political anomaly the elite have managed to center on in order to distract you. Esau's being very naughty and rather busy. I just wanted to bring you up to speed on some things you might have missed during the corona scare. Clear case in point for why America, Babylon the Great, aka the new Roman Empire, must be destroyed. Without further ado, so the world's first transgender doll has gone on sale in a Russian toy shop. Apparently this story has already gone viral, and I might be a little late to the party, so to speak, but really it's about a few observations I made in reading the article. One being the idea of transgenderism becoming a thing, a global phenomenon, if you will, especially in terms of marketing it and normalizing the narrative that's being thrusted on children. Mattel and Toys R Us are just a few of the well-known names that have become complicit in making this thing acceptable amongst the youngins, and what stood out to me, considering the Mattel rollout, was that the focus was on Jake. For years I heard the grievance of the lack of melanated representation in the toy and doll department, particularly the affinity little Israelite girls show for Edomite dolls, and as long as it took for this matter of inclusion to take place, they wasted no time in pushing their agenda on Jamal and Laquita. See, this is the problem. Israel's too busy trying to assimilate when you should take pride in being the cream of the crop, the set-apart nation. Matthew 5:13 reads, Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. Even if you're ignorant to the fact that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians are the true children of the Most High Power Yahweh, whom the world ignorantly calls God, Allah, and Jehovah, you know that everything you do, every construct, everything you create ends up being appropriated, and on every sitcom, TV, commercial, music video, magazine, in every hair salon, department store, on every runway, major motion picture, you just never get the props or recognition. And 9 times out of 10, the reason why you lose that flavor is because you want to be everything else except for Israel. You refuse to accept the truth, you compromise your integrity, and would rather give your glory to another. This is Isaiah 42:5, and it reads, Thus saith thy power Yahweh, He that created the heavens and stretched them out, He that spread forth the earth and that which cometh out of it, He that giveth breath unto the people upon it, and spirit to them that walk therein. I, Yahweh, have called thee in righteousness. He's doing that now through the men of the Lord via street teaching on the highways and byways and these video sit-downs, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant, a pledge to sup with us forever, of the people for a light of the Gentiles, The light is this truth and the knowledge of it and the right way to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Power. To open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house, to give the election of Israel the knowledge of this truth, who you are. You're not black, Spanish, or Indian. You're the children of the Most High Power and the chosen people of the Bible. The elites know this. This is why they promote their non-culture over yours, or appropriate yours and repackage it to further subdue you and the other nations. Verse 8, and I am Yahweh, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another. What is Yahweh's glory? The esteem of his name and his heritage, which is Israel. Neither my praise to graven images, meaning neither is just due to these wicked Edomites who would have you worshiping a white God and white Jesus, or have you thinking Esau is this chosen people and a superior race. Not. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 1, and it reads, he that is wounded in the stones, or hath his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. Not sure why you want to be like Esau anyways. Judging by this latest invention alone, something is clearly off. The other observation I made was I didn't realize how progressive the Soviets had become. Regardless, that region is mostly inhabited by Esau, so it's not unexpected, but there was a point in time in Russia where that could never fly. That speaks to the depravity of Esau's rulership and where we're at in these latter days. This is 1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 13. The first part in it reads, as saith the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceedeth from the wicked. And we know the wicked to be Esau, Edom, pursuing the Job 9:24, and what is the result of their wicked rule in Proverbs 29:2. In any event, these are things clearly adverse to righteousness. Esau is perpetuating on the masses while he thinks you're not looking, particularly during an incident he's orchestrated to distract you. Moving on. So according to the article on the left, they being the powers that shouldn't be, are now admitting they have technology that can transmit audio from a distance directly into your ears. Goddamn devils. Basically, Esau can place thoughts and ideas into your head, oblivious to those around you. This is Luke chapter 8, verse 17, and it reads, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. The truth of the matter is, there's really nothing new or groundbreaking about this find, other than the fact the feds, meaning the eggheads at the Pentagon and MIT, are willing to admit, finally, being able to persuade or obstruct you in this way. In all honesty, this is technology they've had for a long time and have denied on many an occasion. Best believe the fact that they are finally admitting publicly to being in possession of such an advancement means they're trying to find some way to make it more viable in justifying its use. This is John chapter 3, verse 19, and it reads, and this is the condemnation of those who don't believe in Yahweh Shai and his gospel. Coincidentally, here the Greek for condemnation is crisis. The dictionary defines the word to mean a time of intense difficulty, trouble, or danger. You know what they say about a crisis, that out of it comes opportunity. The Strong's translates it as separating, meaning rightly divide a judgment, opinion, or decision given concerning anything. That light, meaning righteousness, truth, in which a just man leads or is led, is come into the world, and men love darkness, meaning iniquity, wickedness, in which unjust men devise or follow, rather than light, because their deeds were evil or wicked. Verse 20, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved, meaning rebuked, convicted, admonished. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wroth in Yahweh. This is why the wicked, that is Esau and his minions that follow, orchestrate clandestinely, meaning unbeknownst to the public, these crises, not only to achieve ordo ab chaos, order through chaos, but to create opportunities they can capitalize off of. Hence the bug out laser, which pretty sure they've been having fun with for quite some time. As long as you don't know what they're up to, they can continue in their evil acts unhindered, with none the wiser. Some of you other Israelite groups need to watch where you be at. That schizo laser appears to be very real. I can hear it now. John was not a man of the Lord. Let's keep going. According to this next article on the left, I initially came across it on the web. This past Wednesday, a congregation of Washington Satanists, I kid you not, were allowed to perform a ritual at the state capitol. So much for a republic being founded on Christian principles, which when you do the research, it's an all-out lie. Matter of fact, the founding fathers wanted nothing to do with Christianity, simply because they knew that these elite bankers who rule have always known, as the understanding is generational, meaning passed down from one generation to the next, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and indigenous people of the Americas are the true children of Yahweh as told by the Bible, and the increase of its word has none to do with this so-called white man who is Esau Edom. This is Psalm 50:16, and it reads, "But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" Esau has none to do with the Bible, much less the declaration of the law, statutes, and commandments in the scriptures. In fact, the scriptures condemn him, so how could he employ a system of righteousness to govern when that very system suggests he's not fit to rule? This is John chapter 14, verse 30, and it reads, "Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh, and hath nothing in me." Esau has nothing, not a damn thing in Israel, the word, the truth, nor the kingdom. His only place is his ensuing captivity. So saith Yahweh. A release from the Satanic Temple of Washington State said the group was given a permit to perform an invocation March 6 during the current legislative session from noon to 1 p.m. on the north steps of the legislative building. What legislation was being heard and passed on March 6? The coronavirus response. You can't write this stuff. The House and Senate passed the Coronavirus Preparedness and Response Supplemental Appropriations Act, H.R. 6074. Incidentally, the numbering for the resolution, it equals to 9/11. I told you can't write this stuff. The bill would provide $8.3 billion of emergency supplemental spending in fiscal 2020 to handle the coronavirus, the COVID-19 outbreak. The Republican who sponsored the bill, Nita Lowey, said, "The strong funding in this legislation is a critical first step to enable a strategic, coordinated, and whole-of-government response to the coronavirus." If you can't read the fine print, what she is really saying is, this is a strategic, coordinated, and whole-of-government, meaning every arm and facet, including mainstream media, response to introduce mandatory immunization and then implement forced RFID microchipping. The fact of the matter is, the Constitution and the laws that afford Americans their rights and assist them in their pursuit in life, liberty, and happiness was not founded on the wisdom of the Bible. It was founded on Masonic principles and the workings of witchcraft. This new bill is exactly that sleight of hand that Esau and Edom is known for. In the interest of time, I'm gonna close out. Honorable mention goes to a user who alerted me to this post that I ended up revamping. An obvious scare tactic being solicited by the elite and their use of crisis actors. But see, if the spirit ain't working with you, you're not gonna see it. This is Proverbs 20, verse 12, and it reads, "The hearing ear and the seeing eye, Yahweh hath made even both of them." The ears that hear and the eyes that see, the ability to do so is a gift. It is ordained by Yahweh himself. Let's move on to James 1:17, and it reads, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning." All gifts come from the Most High Power. The understanding of these scriptures is a gift. The fathers of lights is Yahweh. The lights is his understanding, which establishes order where there are no variables. Yahweh does not change, no shadow of turning, meaning there are no signs of change in his instruction or the fruits of it. 18. Of his own will begat he us with the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruits of his creatures. Of Yahweh's will, through Yahweh Shai, we, being the hopeful elect, are to speak the word, which is the Lord's truth, and the gospel that Israel will be redeemed. That is where the power is. The election are the first fruits, the first portion of the dough from which sacred loaves were to be prepared. As taught by the elders, we are consecrated to the Most High for all time. Kal halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. I hope y'all were edified. For those of you who are new, I'll add all the links to those articles in the description box. Yada Hayala Yahweh. Shalom Yasharallah. Most High willing. On to the next.